Guys, listen. It's fucking over. We're cooked. There's no more Half-Life jokes. There's no more Dead Space jokes. The fucking economy is crashing right before our eyes, bro. And you can't do anything about it. Bro, I've been investing money since 2021, and my portfolio has gone to shit. I ain't never seen nothing like this, bro. This is worse than COVID. How the fuck is the damn stocks worse than COVID? I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life, bro. And I feel bad for the people in the northern states. That goddamn Canada talking about we might turn the power off. If they turn the power off in the northern states, all hell is gonna break loose. There's gonna be looting, there's gonna be murders, there's gonna be crime, bro, because nobody's stopping them. You think the police are gonna stop people when there's no fucking power, no heat, no gas, nothing? Bro, we're cooked.
America's on its way to a recession, and the stock market is in a free fall after Trump announced his tariffs on Canada and Mexico will be going into effect tomorrow, and there's nothing that can be done to stop them. Americans are losing money, and they're losing it fast. Since Trump's announcement just 1 hour ago, Dow Jones has gone down by 2%, wiping out all of the gains made so far under his administration. And if you don't invest, you'll still be losing money because the goods you buy will be more expensive. We're talking pharmaceuticals, lumber, cars, tequila, avocados, and plenty of other goods will be going up in price, and you need to be aware of that. Not to mention that all of this comes as the Atlanta Fed is projecting that our GDP will go down by 3% in the first quarter of 2025. 1 month ago, they projected it would be going up by 4%, and that is a stark contrast to where we're at today because of Trump's policy. If anybody ever tries to tell you that Trump is good for the economy, they are lying to you. Don't be deceived. The Trump administration is currently destroying the American economy as we speak.
TikTok, y'all funny as fuck. I gave a comment. It's hilarious. But thank you for the love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yes. Take your money out the bank. Take your money out the bank. Yeah.
I'm just sitting in my room thinking, this economy is a fucking joke. Rent is high. Light bill is high. Gas bill is high. You gotta work 40 to 60 hours a week just to not have no money. Daycare expenses is fucking outrageous. It literally costs maybe about $100 or more just to go outside and breathe fucking air. Taxes is high. Mortgages is high. Groceries is fucking high. For years and years and years and years, we have been voting for bullshit ass people. For years. Nothing has gotten better. We the people are still working our asses off to provide for our families and still cannot make ends meet. We can't even send our kids to school without somebody coming in there pow-powing. Over the years, nothing has gotten better. Everything is starting to get worse. Election after election after election. Nothing has gotten better. I mean, do y'all ever just sit back and think to yourself, do we run the world or the politicians? Because every single year that we vote, our kids are not safe in school. Taxes are going up. Everything is high. We are working 40 to 60 hours a week and can't even spend time with our family. When are we going to stand up and say enough is fucking enough? Because I'm going to tell y'all something. It's only going to get worse. This economy fucking sucks. And it's going to go to hell.
Hoo boy! Donald Trump is determined to plunge the US, Canada, Mexico into economic crisis. And with the US in particular, the whole world. And ours is an age where so much turmoil has been driven by economic insecurity. So I'm afraid, guys, this could have drastic consequences, as if you're not already, I would say, pretty exhausted by the drama and turmoil of the last few years. But above all else, and we'll get to this point, this exposes the need to overturn a totally broken economic model that long predates Trump. He's a symptom of it, even though he is, of course, whacking his foot on the accelerators. I want to start with Canada. Like Mexico and China, Donald Trump has imposed tariffs on Canada, which serve in practice as a tax. The company coughs up, but then in practice passes it on to the consumer as a price increase. Now, superficially, Trump has imposed 25% tariffs on Canada, as well as in Mexico and China, to stop the flow of the drug fentanyl across its borders. That's what he says anyway. Now, as Canada's outgoing Prime Minister Justin Trudeau notes, this is really just a desperate pretext. Leaving aside overdose deaths from fentanyl actually falling, helped by actually good approaches, such as expanding treatment services, and that less than 1% of fentanyl intercepted arriving in the US actually comes from Canada. Just forget all that. This is just coming up with a legal pretext for the president to impose tariffs because Donald Trump wants to annex Canada and turn it into the 51st state of the United States. It sounds deranged, and many have obviously concluded that Trump constantly talking about turning Canada into the 51st state is just a ruse. He doesn't really mean it. Of course he's wacky. Come on, he's trolling us. It's a negotiating ploy. Oh, the deal, everyone. No, he really means it. This is what Trudeau himself said.
I think in terms of what he wants, I heard he talked about banking again this morning in a tweet, which doesn't make any sense because American banks, there's about 16 American banks currently active in Canada holding about $113 billion worth of assets in this country. So the American banks are alive and well and prospering in Canada. It's an example of not really being able to see what it is that he wants, because even the excuse that he's giving for these Paris tariffs today of fentanyl is completely bogus, completely unjustified, completely false. So we actually have to fall back on the one thing he has said repeatedly, that what he wants is to see a total collapse of the Canadian economy, because that'll make it easier to annex us, is the second half of his thought.
I mean, I'm not a Trudeau fan, but the boy's right. The boy's right. I'm significantly younger than him, but anyway, whatever. Indeed, the Canadian foreign minister also said this.
Like, how seriously do you take the talk of President Trump speaking of Canada as the 51st state?
Very seriously. This is not a joke anymore. This is not something we laugh at. This is actually based on the conversations we've had, and I've had also with many of the Trump administration officials. Because when they talk to us, it is not only about our border and the fentanyl issue and the so-called national security crisis at the northern border, which is clearly not the case.
Well, good news, everybody. China is talking about going to war with the United States. Isn't that great? We're just a month and a half in to this orange criminals term, and already we've got the possibility of war with China. Let me read a little bit of this article to you. China has said it is, quote, ready for war with America as it raises defense spending and imposes retaliatory tariffs on U.S. imports. In a direct threat to the convicted felon Donald Trump, China's representatives in America said, quote, if war is what the U.S. wants, be it a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war, we're ready to fight until the end. See, this comes in response to our blithering idiot president indiscriminately just slapping massive tariffs on our biggest trading partners, including China. See, countries usually don't like it when you slap massive tariffs on their exports, and they oftentimes react very badly, and these things can spiral out of control, and one possible consequence is actual warfare. And we are in a trade war with China. Trump slapped tariffs on China. China responded by slapping tariffs on American exports, and in his cult rally that he held in Congress last night, that supposed presidential address, he once again said that if any countries were to respond to his tariffs by placing retaliatory tariffs on American goods, that Trump would respond with additional tariffs. So you see how this can all spiral out of control. Now, I don't know if Trump is going to retaliate to this retaliation and ramp up this trade war, make it worse. I don't know. But these things do sometimes spin out of control and can lead to war. This is the kind of thing that we warned you Trump supporters about. There are consequences, sometimes terrible consequences, sometimes the consequence of war, and hundreds, if not millions of people dead in war. There are consequences to your vote and who you elect as president. I don't know that it will lead to war, and I certainly hope it does not, but it's possible. And this is what happens when you vote for a madman, a psychopathic criminal who is also really, really stupid. This is what happens. So good job. Way to go.